Fortune.
Ooh,
Cannon getting showed, most likely going for
I bet you
Chang
won't.
Yun up in this top lane.
Oh, he did it!
Ooh, will be really exciting. Most likely paired up against this Nautilus, but either matchup is going to be good for Kennen.
So is this a Nautilus jungle?
Ooh, it might be a Nautilus jungle with the bait for the Azir mid. Give me the Azir. Shurima. Give me Shurima. Shurima.
So it will be the Nautilus jungle with the Akali top and Azir mid lane.
I love me some Azir. We actually saw some quality life buffs come through for him. A little bit of attack speed increase, and actually just the way he synergizes so well with attack speed, he actually benefited a ton from those buffs that he got.
Yeah, I really like the team composition out of Cat 1 here, but I also really like the composition out of OSU here.
Yeah, two kind of different team compositions. They most likely, we'll wait to see in terms of runes what this Kennen is going. Possibility of going for the AP route or a split push AD route with the attack speed focus. The attack speed focus gives him a lot of turret take pressure. So
yeah, whenever Kennen comes in trying to utilize his ultimate and Zanya's, then Azir can just push him away, right? Azir put up the wall, shove him away, cancel a lot of that engage, which is really, really crucial for how those team fights are going to play out. Let us run down the roster here for Cat 1. We have Chang Yun on the Kennen top lane, making the first appearance. Kennen. In the jungle, we have Japanese import on the Kazakhs. We got 5Fire. Again, running it down on the Ryze mid lane. We have Zukia on the Sivir. I am fudging that name up every time, and I know it. And Jae Young on the Thresh support.
Okay, and for OSU in the top lane, we have El Mazadong on the Akali. We have J Daddy Meelink on the Nautilus. Peridot on the Azir. Dare to Defy on the Lucian. And 50C Ranch Cup for the Braum. Should be interesting to see how this bot lane matchup pairs up. Two very strong lane duos.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the Lucian Braum obviously holding a very strong record. Sivir Thresh, not too bad into it. Thresh is not a bad pick into Lucian Braum. Sivir's pretty safe, so, excited to see how this goes. But this time, a lot of the action is going to be in the top lane. You got Kennen and Akali, both fairly close range champions. Kennen has the Q, but on a fairly long cooldown early on. It scales up to be pretty short. Ryze into Azir, both late game scaling champions. Both just want to farm it up early. However, Azir offers more more reliable Pokemon lane. Right?
Yeah, and a little bit more reliable team fight also.
Right.
One thing we need to pay attention to, I think, in terms of just jungle pressure, I think we see a lot more early game pressure coming out from this Kazakhs. I feel like he would be able to invade on this Nautilus. Doesn't have very easy jungle clear early, but we'll see how they choose to play this early laning out.
Absolutely. Now.
Yeah, I always, whenever I'm playing against a non-standard jungler, I usually always try to go for the invade just to try to get them even more off their rhythm. But we'll see how this game plays out for them.
Trying to decide which team I think has the advantage in pick ban.
I think it's two really balanced team comps, and it's going to come down to execution.
I think Cat 1 still has the advantage because of the Kennen and Ryze and Sivir combination. I think it's a little bit... I think that OSU has a stronger split potential. They have Akali, but the problem is at some point Ryze can just match Akali.
Yeah.
And even if Ryze is matching Akali in the split push, they have Kennen and Sivir in a team fight. Still very, very, very powerful.
Yeah, I think we will have to wait and see if this is an AP Kennen, though. If it's not an AP Kennen, it won't have the same type of team fight potential. The ultimate is still available, but it won't have nearly the same type of damage cut through.
Yeah, I think it's most likely going to be AP. I just don't think that AD is as viable right now. I would be surprised to see it go AD, especially into like Akali. Most cannons will start Doran's blades, but move it into fully like a proto belt style build or whatnot on that way. Also curious to see if he's going to run Kleptomancy. A lot of new thing that a lot of cannons have been doing is take Kleptomancy.
Yeah, you normally see that more in the range versus melee matchups, but against this Akali, I'm sorry, the tank matchups rather, where he can just get free procs of that Klepto off over and over. But into this Akali, we will definitely have to see what type of runes we are in. Moving into Summoner's Rift here for Game 2, possibly match point here for Cat 1 Gaming. Uh, OSU trying to keep their way in this series, currently sitting at 0-1. They are 2 games away themselves from winning, but it all depends what they do here.
Is it possibly a match point?
I'm sorry, if they win here, they have
Yeah.
OSU has themselves a match point. That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
I said OSU has the possibility of winning. They just have 2 games rather than
Yeah,
1.
you know, it's definitely, you know, tides are against them right now. They have to win 2 back-to-back games. Cat only being 1 win away from winning the whole tournament.
Yeah, but we saw how back and forth things were in that first game. So honestly, anything can happen in this second game. I'm really excited to see this invade come through with the combination of the Braum and the Nautilus. That is a ton of CC.
Yeah, I think how I'd like to see them play it is to stack in the Pixel Brush and wait till Thresh wards. Like the 3 of them can easily stack that.
Yeah, they might be looking to just... Oh, actually, it looks like Nautilus is going to... Actually, not sure. May just be waiting to see if any wards come out.
Yeah, I mean they're just gonna try and clear the ward before. And so interestingly enough, I'm curious to see Kha'Zix's position at the top side of the map here. All right, he is working his way back down. I wasn't sure why he would want to ever start blue buff. At least on blue side. So we'll see a standard start. No pixel ward on bot side from Cat 1. Only down towards past the dragon point, interestingly enough. Now, Nautilus does have a pretty slow clear time. Something I'm concerned about in this game. Oh, look at that. Oh, seconds behind. I would love to see Kha'Zix go straight to the scuttle.
Oh, actually, ping's coming out on the top side of red buff, so it looks like Kha'Zix will be possibly moving towards that.
He's going buff to buff first. Yeah, so I mean, this could work out really well for Kha'Zix. If Kha'Zix does go buff to scuttle, by that time wards would have timed out, and then he can look to invade into the enemy's jungle.
Yep, did just finish up the blue buff. Will be caught out, seen by that red side ward. Ping's coming out onto the Kha'Zix, has been spotted out.
Yeah, however, it is. I don't think Nautilus would suspect a buff invade here. That was quite a late ward. Hasn't despawned yet. No, it's 90 seconds now. Oh, that's right. They're 90 seconds now. So you see Kha'Zix moving in towards the top side here. A lot of good damage coming in Mizuki here. He will look for the buff steal. He might get this off without OSU knowing.
Yeah, on top of that buff. Nautilus currently just finishing up Wolves. Had Azir move in. Actually did have to cancel the red buff. Yeah, Azir, great ward, moved over, got the ward on. That was enough pressure to get the Kha'Zix out of there.
Yeah, that was really good movement by Peridot too. Hunter's Bite does connect. Looks like farm it out, catch the waves here. That boomerang might mess up the whole wave though. Fire trying to get a little bit of poke and harass down in the mid lane. Farm it up. Now Kennen did opt to go Kleptomancy as suspected. Let's go try to get a lot of harass down. They're dead even in minions on the top side of the map. But Kleptomancy will give Kennen an edge in flat gold amount as there's an engage coming down from bot lane. Braum looking to try and get something off. Oh, Death Sentence connects.
Will pull him into turret range. Ignite comes down, does not take another turret shot, or probably would have gone down there. Play does not connect. Dare to Defy being very ballsy in this matchup.
However, all in all, in the favor of Cat 1 there, as Rise getting good damage down onto Peridot there as well. But no kills were found. Both teams going to disengage, reset, go back to playing Farm Simulator. You do see Kha'Zix invading on OSU's blue side jungle though. some vision down, see if any camps are alive. They are not. Due to pathing efficiency, Nautilus is going to be up one camp because he got a full clear, cause it's left his crowds. But outside of that, no major differences.
Yeah, I think it's just because he had to spend that extra time on the red buff that he ended up not getting.
That's right. Yep. The only real difference is CS is mid lane, although now down to 3. Cannon looking to try and push the Akali out of lane, trying to abuse the fact that he's ranged. The only advantage any ranged champion has against him is just the fact that they're ranged.
Yeah, a lot of damage onto this cannon just from repeated shuriken throws, but able to find the stun inside the shroud.
Yeah, Cannon missing a lot of these minions though. Is going to be down just a tad couple CS from it. Really playing quite aggressive. This Cannon's positioning himself to be very aggressive.
Yeah, I think he's trying to shove more than he's trying to last hit at this point.
Yeah, he was trying to get a lot of pressure down, force a shroud basically. As he is approaching 6. Cannon does have ultimate now. They could look for the dive, but now that shroud is down.
Ooh, we do have the leap coming in onto the Akali. Will blow the ultimate to try to get out, but unfortunately will just go down there.
Yeah, Nautilus trying to show bot side, doesn't able to quite find anything.
Yeah, that slicing maelstrom was just very well timed. The ultimate did get blown. Perfect execution, not so perfect there. Still gets trapped inside the slicing maelstrom.
And they will get at least a plate on top side. So that will help Cannon out quite a bit in this matchup. However, Ocean Drake now started up by the OSU team.
Yeah, they had Japanese import show on the top side. That is perfect timing to move towards this Ocean Drake.
Not much to do about it. They don't have vision of it. We are not going to get to this in time. Both teams going to reset, go back to their designated lanes, go back to farming side. Kennen TPing top. No teleport available from either top laner now. Now they know that Akali does not have flash up, so they could look for a repeat game. Oh, good damage coming down.
Yeah, a lot of damage onto Zuka. Does have the ignite ticked onto him. That will go ahead and pick him up. One more turret shot would have done in Dare to Defy, but they will be able to just go ahead and back out. Death Sentence connects on, but will get the flash out. Yeah, the Flay wouldn't have connected either way, but yeah.
Well, Jae Young flayed both of them into Zuka, kind of killing Zuka.
Yeah.
And then there was that flay just now. Double checking your mouse sensitivity there, mate. That's all the BM for me today.
Ooh, they are able to connect those skill shots onto each other. Perfect execution does get used by the Akali, trying to find whatever they can onto the cannon. Might be finding the solo kill. One more set of shurikens would have done it, but close. Did not have the energy. 2 members possibly moving up to try to punish this cannon, but actually will just go ahead and be... Oh, does not complete the back. Cheng Yun in a very dangerous spot. Thankfully, minions are not pushing in, or he would be just in a scary position. Yeah,
though he did have ultimate available, you are right, it would not have been a good spot. As Nautilus now counter jumping, getting the blue buff from Japanese import.
Yeah, you're not supposed to get counter jungled by Nautilus.
You're right. Normally that's not what happens.
You get counter jungled as Nautilus.
Right. Otherwise, CS is pretty consistent on both sides.
We do have the Shurima shuffle coming in. Won't find anyone. Depth charge coming in onto 5 Fire, trying to find something back onto Peridot. Leap comes in, Japanese import able to pick him up. Realm Warp coming through, trying to get Daddy Meelink, but he is here in a 1v4. This will be him going down, and the Wolves do him in.
That is exactly how they needed that to play out. I think Cowan's very happy at this point.
Yeah, definitely how they wanted that to play out. Currently sitting at 1 kill on the Rise and 100% kill participation on this Kennen and the Kazakhs. Very exciting to see.
Absolutely. One more proc is needed to get the stun off the phone. I'm not going to be in range for that.
Yeah, really close. Almost able to...
proc the electrical surge there.
Yeah, it would have been very nice. They probably would have gotten a lot of damage off from that. If we do have Japanese import moving in, does connect the stun. Perfect execution is on such a low cooldown. It's almost always available.
Yeah, had to use it to get away. Did not quite have it there. Once it goes on cooldown, it is over. I think it's around like 2-minute cooldown. But
I don't know. It seems like every time we see this Akali, they're popping perfect execution.
yeah, sometimes it's easy to mistake the perfect execution for the shuriken flip. They kind of have super similar animations. Hard to tell.
I mean, I've been looking at the counter.
Oh yeah. Bot lane's pretty boring.
Yeah, it hasn't been a lot going on so far. Honestly surprised not seeing more dueling going on with the Braum Lucian, but yeah, I guess they're just trying to. There's not even a significant CS lead.
Well, I mean, like, so the thing is, though, right? If you cheese combinations that the guy can do.
Oh, Shrima Shuffle comes in, fantastic. 5-fire doing so much damage. I'm sorry, getting so much damage onto him. Peridot will go ahead and get out here.
So
almost a solo kill coming through, but Nautilus was here to just provide a little bit of help. Jay Young will get the play back onto 50 Cent Ranch Cup. Will have to blow the stopwatch, rather. Dare to defy. Will go down, unfortunately. A lot going on in that bot lane. Caster cursed it, unfortunately, saying it was getting a little boring.
Yeah, they found a really good play, but Jay Young making a really good play there with that stopwatch. Timed it really well. Managed to get the flay off, guaranteeing the kill onto the Lucian there. Picking it up for Zuka. They are now 1-1. However, Lucian is up just 1 kill due to the kill picked up by him earlier on. Curious to see how the team chooses to play it. Oh, Kali's looking for that execution.
Yeah, perfect execution did get used. Cheng Yun trying to get out here. Last set of shurikens will get him. Amazing Dong trying to get out. Japanese import has the leap available, but will probably go down himself if he commits.
Dragon, second dragon already started up by OSU now. It's Infernal. They are getting these on spawn.
Yeah, and definitely does not help that Japanese import showed himself top lane.
But he's going to like to go for the...
yeah, a lot of damage coming in on Tezuka. Does have to blow the flash to get himself away from that Lucian.
And the problem is because of that, they are going to pick up at least 1 or 2 plates in the bot lane.
Yeah, they will have plenty of pressure for themselves now in this bottom lane.
However, as we've seen every game, Cat 1 prioritizes rifts much more than the dragons. So we will see them grab this Rift Herald and most likely look to break top lane with it, allow Kennen more freedom in this lane, and then look to apply more pressure towards the mid side of the map and then rotate back on. Predictions.
Yeah, Peridot was donated the blue buff, so he will have enough to keep his soldiers up, keep the minions away from his from his turret, but 10 CS
does connect.
10 CS lead for this cannon early. We do have Rift Herald completed. Has been used in mid lane, I believe, every game so far.
It's top lane. That's what I'm saying. They threw it top side.
Oh, I didn't realize they used it.
Yeah.
I thought it just got taken. My apologies.
Nope. They're going to try and...
lots of mid pressure coming through here. 3 members up in this mid wave. And they will go ahead and lose the first turret. Thankfully are able to respond with some turret plates for themselves. Give themselves a little bit of that gold back.
Yeah, as Cat 1 was going to look to collapse on it.
Cat 1 currently sitting about a 1.5 gold lead. 1.5k gold lead.
Yeah, 13 minutes, that's not the end of the world, but it's definitely a gold lead to be aware of. You do have Nashor's Tooth being completed from Peridot. Notable power spike point. Oblivion Orb now being picked up by Kennen, whereas Akali is still working towards the Hextech Gunblade that Kennen already has. Those tower plates really make a big difference.
Yeah, and the tower completion is just so much extra gold.
Absolutely, yeah. A lot of this gold that we're seeing is their kills are even. It's just plates.
Okay, Akali was able to back and pick up the Gunblade. Finally have her burst potential showing through to its maximum potential. Death Sentence does connect onto 50C Ranch Cup here. Do have Dare to Defy dashing in, trying to get a little bit of damage down, not able to find anything.
Yeah. Now, one thing we didn't, kind of lost track of was the CS lead that's pulling that it started building up for the solution, who is now up 25 CS.
Yeah, I think that's what came from having to, from Zuka having to blow the flash to escape from that
Yeah.
Lucian.
That managed to really take a heavy CS lead. Blue buff getting hit with a 5 fire. And let him spam a lot more of his abilities in the lane. We do see the Merc Treads being picked up by him as well. Now that he has Seraph, going to elect to spam quite a bit to stack that up. Curious to see if he opts to go for Riley's this time as well. I don't know if he necessarily will. He doesn't need to kite nearly as much as he did with an Ornn, or Chase Down, I should say. Looks like they're continuing to put a lot of pressure onto top side, forcing a perfect execution.
Yeah, 5v fire in a 1v1 with Peridot here in the mid lane does force out the Emperor's Divide, not able to find him.
They also force a perfect execution from Ayla Mazadong, which is crucial.
Yeah, I think that if you are OSU here, you just need to try to stop the bleeding. Thankfully, they do have that little bit of an advantage in the bottom lane, but top lane isn't going in their favor, and the Rise will probably outscale this Azir, even though it's probably better team fighting coming from the Azir.
Yeah, I mean, like,
in terms of pure split push damage, that Rise is just, we saw the damage last game, so.
Yeah, so I mean, Azir puts down more constant damage, so at the end of a team fight, Azir probably will put down more damage, but Rise offers those bursty sets of damage that can kill Azir before Azir can kill him.
Yeah, we do have multiple people in the 3v3 here in the mid lane. Glacial Frazier does get used. Unfortunately, Chen Yu very not in the right place right now. Does go down to the Ignite. 5 Fire just trying to get out if he can. Will be able to pick himself up this support. Akali here trying to find anyone he can. 5 Fire does blow the flash. Jae Young able to pick up this Akali. This fight is going in favor of Cot 1.
Yep, as a trigger.
Ooh, we do have Lucian jumping in onto the Thresh. The Kha'Zix trying to get out if he can. Calling comes through, not able to connect the second half of that calling. And that is a lot of damage coming out of this Lucian, but a lot committed by OSU.
And that's where the Azir damage I was talking about came into play there. Even though the fight started out great for Cat, the Azir damage that was getting put down onto the Rise and onto the cannon was just so high. And it's the attacks with the wham, 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 the damage coming in. That's how I define damage.
Yeah,
wham, wham, wham,
yeah.
wham.
Once you are able to get all 3 of those Sand Soldiers up, get that bonus bonus attack speed proc going with Azir, you would just, especially with the lethal tempo considered also, he's gonna have such high attack speed.
Yeah, the Kennen, it was really good initiation by Kennen though. I like the play.
Good initiation, didn't necessarily completely work out, but yep, Dragon on spawn again.
However, this time Cat 1's ready.
Kha'Zix is available to contest this Dragon this time. He will have to jump himself out. Will get picked up by Peridot on the Azir. This is a fight going in favor of OSU. Who barely, oh, poor 5 Fire. Able to get himself onto the Realm Warp, but Realm Warps himself into the pit. Does get the return kill onto the support, but a double kill going over onto this this Nautilus.
Where's Sivir?
Like she was just pushing in midway.
Classic ABC. I once had to play AD carry this guy named Hurricanes. That was rough.
That's a little bit of flame that they're definitely going to hear.
Not as bad as Twitch TV JJ's 5. That was AD carry.
Yeah, we do have a lot of damage coming through. Will most likely be the turret getting destroyed here. Lucian picks himself up that turret. They even themselves up on this brick score.
Yep.
And there's so much damage on this mid lane turret. OSU very close to picking that up.
Yeah, and again, this damage, I mean, at some point, when Sivir completes her first attack speed item, she's going to start coming online, and once she gets IE, she's really online. But at the point when Sivir gets online, she can kind of match the Azir in damage, where she'll be able to put down, obscene amounts of damage in team fights.
Yep, does blow the ultimate, trying to get anything done. Slicing Maelstrom does get popped, not enough to do it, as Akali just wipes Kennen off the mob.
Yeah, unfortunately, Kennen had just used Electrical Surge and Lightning Rush, had everything on cooldown. So it was a free kill for a Lamazadon there.
Yeah, 50C Ranch Cup hanging out, babysitting the Azir a little bit, not seen by any vision. Goes ahead and starts the recall. Another support here. Lots of mid lane action going on this game.
Yeah, and I mean, the game's once again even, right? Like
Yeah.
now they're
Within 100 gold.
yeah, it's negligible. I mean, 200 gold, negligible. They're at the same point, same amount of money. Like, no difference. The difference though is that the gold for OSU is primarily on the Kali, and for actually Azir, and for Cat, it's primarily on the Ryze and Kennen. Right?
Actually, we see a 1,200 gold lead for this Kennen. Yeah, there's lots of gold in this top lane.
Oh, actually, it's Lucian and Azir. Those
Yeah,
are the two
Lucian
that
and
have
Azir are the two that are
for
carrying that
OSU,
lead right
yeah.
now.
Although Kali's damage cannot be discounted. but
Actually, Ryze is pretty much even with Azir.
yeah. So now, I'm curious to see how this 1v1 is going to go between the Kennen and Kali now. Even though Kennen has that gold lead, the damage cannot be discounted. Oh no, this could be bad for Ryze.
Yeah, Depth Charge does get connected onto Ryze, does have the Realm Warp available. Just gets Emperor's Divided out of it, trying to get anything if he can. But there's an Akali here and does get cleaned up by Almazadong. And in the middle of that, they had their bot lane up in the top. We'll go ahead and pick up that turret, taking a 3-1 turret advantage lead. Fantastic Shurima Shuffle out. Not able to find anyone quite yet. J-Daddy Link is so tanky at this point. Peridot trying to find whoever he can. Last auto will do it. The E-Shield will save him. We do have the Kennen trying to find whatever he can. Flash out from... Ooh, will find the Azir. Shut down gold going over to the Kennen. Daddy Mealet trying to find whatever he can. I'm not sure what he's going to be able to do. There's not much magic resistance. He might go down here. Thankfully, the Kennen is... I'm sorry, the Akali is available. Will pick up the Kennen with the Q.
Yeah, J-Daddy does have that Spectre's Cowl and Work Tread, so he can eat a lot of the... He can eat all the Kennen's game. He's not worried at all.
And in that entire time, the bot lane duo for OSU just kept pushing. Took 3 turrets in the top lane.
Yeah, and he does have Essence Reaver now completed as well, so... I think if you're Cat 1 here, this far behind, again, same win condition as last game. You scale so freaking hard.
Mm-hmm.
Your Kennen's going to scale hard, your Kha'Zix is going to scale hard, your Ryze scales super hard, your Sivir scales super hard. If you are OSU, you know, you have this gold lead, your Kali scales really hard, and your Azir scale really hard. Azir scale super hard. And they're like, wow, look at this.
Go ahead. Yeah, starting up the Baron. They don't have the jungler nearby as...
Force the TP.
Yep, TP's coming out from the Akali. Nautilus had just backed and picked up the Warmog's armor, so he was very far away from the Baron. Thankfully, they are able to get them off of that.
However, they forced the... Oh, now they're going to start it up.
Yet the Scrying Warp will come through, spot that out. Peridot is here. I think Peridot needs to try to zone a little bit as he does so much damage.
This is bad for OSU.
Yeah, this isn't necessarily the spot you want to be in at OSU with this Baron at 4,000 health, doing a lot of damage. Trying to get the lead. Actually, Japanese import will steal the Baron away. Gives himself up in the process, but with the Realm Warp out, that will just be a Baron going over to Cat here.
1-for-1.
Yeah, a 1-for-1 jungle for support, but I mean, stealing the Baron away is worth a trade any day.
Yeah, but now they're going to go run it down and kick a Mountain Drink. OSU's playing this well. I mean, it's unfortunate they lost the 50-50, but they're going to get a Dragon out of this anyway.
Yeah, they're going to take what they can. Yeah, definitely unfortunate that the Emperor's Divide wasn't able to stop the Kha'Zix. Still, Blue Flash was able to get over the wall.
Yeah, and I mean, in the long run, that Mountain Drake's going to help OSU more. Oh, canceled the back on the Akali.
Yeah, and probably had shop up because it didn't even start moving. So that's it feels bad.
Yeah, I mean, more Automaton now being completed for Kennen, which will help a lot when dealing with this Akali. You know, the heals are definitely a big factor there. I'd like to see Cat 1 looking for some more team-oriented plays. If they can kill Azir in these team fights, they'll be able to do. They should be able to win. Oh, this is dangerous. Oh wow, that was weird.
Yeah, Dredgeline does not connect, but the Death Sentence connects.
Set something up. Look where Fire is. Just chilling down there. Yep, maybe looking for a collapse.
Yeah, it looks
play
like he's
here.
trying to collapse around the backside. 4 members walking up. Japanese import on his own. Does direct drawing connects onto this Thresh, trying to get himself out, but Culling will come down, pick him up. Kill goes over to J Daddy Meeling. Chingyun trying to get himself away here. Another kill goes over to this Lucian. Double kill going so far. Realm Warp comes through, able to get this Rise out. Barely dodges the Winter's Bite.
And that's exactly what I was talking about in Champ Select, right? The second Kennen tries to come in using Slicing Maelstrom, you just have a Azir who just uses Emperor's Divide, pushes him right away. Couldn't even get into the team fight. Now, I also think Cat 1 pulled that trigger a little bit too early.
Yeah, they didn't have the Rise quite in position yet. Wasn't able to be there for that flank. And having Japanese import start a fight by leaping in isn't necessarily how you want to do it.
Right, and also, you have to understand that OSU has built a lot of magic resistance. Right? They have all these null magic mantles.
Another fight coming in. Five Fire is about to get wiped out here. Will get taken down by the last tick of the red buff.
If they die here, it's going to be game.
Yeah, another carry death here. Most likely will be the game. Top lane inhibitor is up. They will find the Lucian. Depth charge will go out, but automatically gets canceled. The Kha'Zix is just trying to get away. Zuka is here, but I'm not sure what he's going to be able to do. Boomerang Blade comes out. Ricochet is trying to find anyone, but they still have 5 members available.
Yeah, and I mean, at this point, because the magic resistance was mentioned before they were built out, you have to wait for Sivir to come online. Until Sivir gets her IE, you cannot fight them.
Yeah, Japanese import still trying to get out here, but Dare to Defy just does so much damage. Currently sitting at 8-1-4, about to finish his 3rd item on this Lucian.
Yep. I mean, if you're OSU, this is exactly what you needed. This is what you needed to snowball a lead like this, but get a game 3 going. Does now have that Phantom Dancer completed and a BF sword as he builds towards an IE. Silver still struggling to finish her 3rd item. Rise now looking like he's building towards either a Void Staff or Ryle's. Does have that Banshees in his pocket. Oh no, Rise is going towards a Marauder. But look at the sheer amount of magic resist coming out. Like, I know, you have the Banshees completed from Azir. You have the Merc Treads also from Azir. Merc Treads on a Kali. A Null Magic Mantle, most likely going into Banshees as well. You have so many Banshees.
Oh yeah, currently 3 members with the Mercury Tread, so a lot of just magic resist provided that way, but yeah, they're starting to itemize towards it also.
Yeah, towards a Rise and Kennen. So really, I like the way OSU is adapting to Cat 1 here in this best of 3 series. Again, if I'm Cat 1, I want to see a bit of more of a turtling approach and a bit of funneling onto the Sivir. You need to get Sivir online. That's how you win this game.
Yeah, I think we are seeing another issue from Cat 1. We saw them have so many dominating performances in the opening games for them that I'm not sure that they're confident in their group late game play. Yeah, Five Fire is getting caught out here. Will just absolutely get popped. Jae-Young does have the culling coming down on him. Will connect the death sentence. Play comes in. Dare to Defy will get popped, but able to find himself the double kill before that happens. They are trying to find anything they can. Almazadong trying to get the perfect execution off. Will go down to a turret shot.
Oh, this was good for Cat 1.
Yeah, this could be the turnaround for Cat 1
I don't know where Japanese
Daddy Meeling may be going down here. Peridot also very, very low. Not sure what. Chingyun does have teleport. Maybe looking for a.
I don't know why Japanese import didn't just position on top of Peridot.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm not sure. Very confusing.
Huh.
Yeah, but with that happening, they will have themselves a free Ocean Drake, picking themselves up the 2nd Ocean Drake. Between 2 Ocean Drakes and that Warmogs, Nautilus is going to be full health again very quickly.
Yeah, that Warmogs is it's a lot of healing.
Yeah, 2 Oceans is practically a Warmogs anyway, so.
Yeah, OSU now sitting at 5 dragons. This is their game to win at this point.
And I believe just due to the timing that they picked it up on, there'll be another dragon before Elder even spawns, but I don't think we're going to be going that far into this game. I think probably looking to grab this Baron and end things up here shortly.
Yeah, if Cat 1 gets wiped, like you said, it will be the game.
I think that if you're
For the
OSU,
match
you just
point.
need to pull the trigger, force a fight with Cat 1 because they really aren't confident at this point.
Baron here. I mean, there's not much to say about this at this point. I mean, it's going to take a while for Sivir to catch up to the damage output of Azir
Yeah, it does have
or
the
Lucian.
two of the component pieces for that Infinity Edge, but
Still
not.
a ways off.
yeah, 2 inhibitors currently
This
cracked
is
on their
some
way to crack
weird
the third.
positioning coming in from Cal 1 here.
Oh, unfortunately, 5Fire was just in the mid lane trying to chip away at that turret, but probably will end up giving away his base just due to that. Death Sentence will connect on to 50C Ranch Cup, not looking to take him though. Would be a very dangerous fight. Another Death Sentence on the 50C Ranch Cup. Exactly the member you want to be hooked on the side of OSU, not the member you want if you are on Cat.
Loki's stalling her fight. Peridot is just looking at Chang'e and saying, when you come to ult, I will push you away. I think that the Azir pick was a great pick at the beginning.
Yeah, definitely effective pick overall, especially was able to nullify that rise. Does do a lot of damage, but not as much as last game. Didn't get to just run away like he did against the Ornn.
Right, definitely. Azir taking a little bit of damage. About 500 HP.
Yeah, we do have turrets going down. Looks like this will be the final fight of the game. First Divide does come in. Chun-Li trying to find anyone he can, but we'll go ahead and just go down. Daddy Meelink unstoppable. 5Fire trying to get out. Will just get smacked around by this Nautilus. Another kill going over to him. That will be the game going over. One more auto, a few more autos on this Nexus. Yeah, we are tied up going in for game 3.
Final game of the series. I mean,
Yeah.
all in all, it was a really good game, though.
Definitely an interesting game. Lot of adaptation coming in from OSU. Definitely excited to see them make that team composition work.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, they really executed on it well. You know, they said, I like the Akali pick, right? The fact that Akali worked really well for them. You saw just how much pressure was putting down. Kennen had the advantage early on against Akali, but it's after a certain point, Akali in those team fights was just putting down so much damage. And then the Kennen pick, right? I like the Kennen pick, but the Azir pick into the Kennen pick basically just nullified him as a champion.
Yeah, it was a huge counter.
As soon as Kennen would try and come in with Surging Charge, or Lightning Rush, sorry, Azir would just push him away. I mean, there's nothing you can do in that situation. Unfortunate for Kennen, but I think it was really cleanly executed by Peridot there.
Yeah, it was definitely a really exciting game to watch. Congrats to OSU for tying this up, moving it into game 3. First team to actually successfully take a game off Cat today, which is really exciting to just see that they can bleed. Yeah.
For vice versa, game 1.
Yeah, they
Cat
both.
1 was the first team to take a game on OSU. So
Yeah, both teams showing a lot of early premise here. We will be back for game 3, about 5 to 10 minute break, and yeah, we'll be back with you shortly. Don't go anywhere.